Now, here's a bit of a weird one for you. If you sit down to practice and it sounds great, chances are you're doing something quite wrong. So welcome to Drum Dog, and today we're talking about practice. So, okay, bear with me. I want to talk about a bit of a common misconception today, and that is what practice actually is. Because a lot of people don't realise that there's a bit of a difference between practicing and just playing. Now, both of them are good, and we definitely want to be doing both, but we're giving ourselves a massive advantage just if we understand the difference between the two and how much of each we want to do. Now, let me give you an example of what bad practice would look like. And now let me give you an example of what good practice would sound like. Now there we go. That may actually sound pretty terrible, and you can hear my frustration of not being able to play parts of Gary Chester's New Breed there, but I'm actually practicing. And that's the difference. Okay, so if you sit down to practice and you're playing things that you can already play, then you're not really practicing, you're just playing. And that's great. Playing's loads of fun, and I argue that you should play more than you practice, because that's where the joy of the instrument comes from. We're still honing little things here and there, and we're making progress, and we're enjoying ourselves, and we're just enjoying the instrument. The whole point of playing the drums is it's supposed to be fun, right? But if we want to get better and we want to put that practice in, then sometimes we've got to be a bit careful, because if we sit down and we just play, we're not really practicing, we're just playing. If we want to actually practice and make that progress and put that graft in, then we've got to be playing something that we can't already play. We have to be opening up our books, we've got to be looking at songs and transcribing things. We've really got to be breaking down the things that we can't already do. And that's hard. It's really frustrating at times. I think you never really lose that sensation of frustration like you got in your first drum lesson of like, oh, I can't do this. It's still the same thing today. We're just looking at different things. And everyone can find that sensation if they look hard enough. And that graft, that really sinking your teeth into something you can't do and just working at it and hitting your head against the same brick wall until it breaks down, is, I think, one of the best things, because then you still get that same sensation of achievement, of accomplishment, that I've gone through all of this, can't do it, but now I can. And it's actually digging into that and finding the things you can't do and working on them. That's when the real practice comes in. Now, it's hard to do because it's frustrating, yeah, sure, but as well as that, you sound bad. And sometimes if you're in a practice space where other people can hear you play, like, it's kind of embarrassing. It actually is. Like, even if you're playing, in your own home on an electric kit, but your parents are home, your wife's home, your brother's home, whoever you share the house with, if you're playing and you sound bad, sometimes that is embarrassing. And as musicians, sometimes we've got to look past that and see it as part of the journey to getting better is sounding bad and playing the things that we do sound bad while we're playing. But that's hard to force ourselves to do. Now, when it comes to the playing versus practice balance, I would still argue that it's healthy to do more playing than you do practice. So this video is not about me saying you should never do any just playing, don't play the things you can already play, only practice, because that would totally take the fun out of the instrument. If we only play things that we're rubbish at, it's just not going to be enjoyable. We're never going to get that sit down and just have a blast behind the kit fun kind of thing. And it's so crucially important that we keep sight of that. We have to just sit down and play for fun. Put our favourite album on and just have a bash along with it and just enjoy the instrument. Like I said before, it is supposed to be fun. But for every half an hour of fun we have, if we can squeeze in 5 minutes or maybe 10 minutes of proper practice on something we can't play, we're going to achieve a lot in that. And practice is intense. It takes an intense amount of focus and an intense amount of self-discipline. So it is hard to do for extended periods, and don't feel the need to do it for longer than you feel capable of. If you did 5 minutes of seriously intense focused practice every day, you would be making great progress. And that is enough, you know? Any more than that is just a bonus. So proper practice, playing things you can't already play is tough, but if you can force yourself to do it, that is where the really good progress comes from. So that's it really, it's as simple as that. Playing things we can already play and practicing things that we can't do yet, and finding a healthy balance between the two. That balance is going to be different for every person, so just listen to your brain, listen to your body, listen to how you're feeling when you're doing those two things, and find what balance works best for you. I really hope this little video has been useful for you guys. If you want to check out more drum lessons and even gear videos, then please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and we hope to see you again soon. But we are giving ourselves a massive leg up. No, that's good, isn't it? So I always get confused between leg up and leg over.
They're both good.
yeah, but one of them's appropriate for the video and one isn't.